boarding with LNER.
And this is York Station. More of a traditional station. Quite beautiful, actually. Well, we made it to York, and this is the Victoria Bar, or the walls of York. About a 2.5 mile long ramparts wall that we will be strolling upon very shortly. This is our ancestral trip, and Yorkshire is where the strong majority of my mom's ancestors come from. Watch I don't fall off the wall, Mum.
Well, then quit walking backwards.
Can you believe this weather, though?
I'm glad we're finally having a day like this.
Okay, so this is the Church of the Holy Trinity here in York at Micklegate. This is where my great grandfather Hardy was buried. This was his parish. And Mom and I just stumbled onto it yesterday. It was actually some of the first pictures I took in York because I was just really drawn to it. But the gate was closed, and there was a second gate that was open. So we came in. Church is still all together. It's a living church. The Priory Church of Holy Trinity is a living church for today, serving the community through prayer, worship, and hospitality. It is inclusive, friendly, and welcome. Our main Sunday service is 11 a.m. The church is open every day for you to pray and find healing and wholeness.
It's Robert
William Hardy. What was the date on that?
He was born in 1795.
Okay. Which one are we looking at?
This one right here.
Robert William Hardy. And christened at, that means
he
blessed, right, as a baby?
Yes, he was christened as a baby on March 22nd at this church.
Okay.
In 1795. So he was born on March 14th and christened on March 22nd. Mom's birthday was March 16th.
Oh, wow.
So March babies, both of them.
Oh, this is John Thomas Hardy.
John Thomas Hardy is his son. And
okay, so he was christened at All Saints.
right, and we're going to go there next. And this is the John Thomas Hardy, is the person who was first Hardy to join the church and then immigrated to America. And he immigrated to America in 1854.
And he died in Salt Lake and was buried in Payson.
Right, he's in the Payson Cemetery. And his wife is also in the Payson Cemetery.
Okay. She was christened in Nottingham. She died in Payson and was buried in Payson.
This child,
1823.
this child right here, John Thomas Hardy, who's their third child, was born on the Atlantic Ocean in 1854. That's how I knew when he immigrated, because he was born on the Atlantic Ocean on their way over.
He was born on the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah, on their way to Utah.
Wow.
And his wife died 5 years after they got there. And then he remarried and had 10 more children.
10 more children. Gotta have farm hands, don't you? This is a really peaceful and resonant place.
Peaceful, and like there's not all the crowds of, out there and down the other way. There's people everywhere.
I find it so interesting that when we walked by yesterday, just completely unknowingly,
we peeked in here.
It was the
first one we seen, and we peeked in here.
And I took pictures of it too.
And then come to find out this is the one that we were looking for.
See, that's what happens when you follow your beak.
When you follow your nose. close you stay into here. Like
I
we're
know.
literally 2 minutes away.
We're like, would you say 5 blocks, something like that, which was fully unplanned. Okay, here's our second stop, which is All Saints, North Street.
This is John Thomas Hardy, born May 1821 and christened
Here.
May 13th here at this location.
Okay, got married in Sheffield, died in Salt Lake, and was buried in
Okay, so you see, here's his christening date, 1842. Here's his LDS baptism date, November 26, 1842.
So he was 21 when he converted.
Yeah, so he was baptized into the church, and then he served a mission here.
Oh.
And was married and had 2 children before they came to America.
Oh, well, that's interesting. I'm gonna walk right in here. All Saints North Street. Everyone is welcome to enjoy the calm of our historic church. You are invited to step away from the bustle of the city, discover how this church and the local area has developed and changed over the last 1,000 years. Enjoy the stories and the art of our stained glass windows. Find a space for peace and reflection.
Okay, so this party is the one who brought our Hardy line to the United States.
Okay. So this is where my great-great-great-grandfather, John Thomas Hardy, went to church, was christened as a baby, and lived here in York, apparently. This is the All Saints North Church here in York. Still got a lot of really great old antique fixtures and things.
Your best thing would be to look on how have you found out this information from Ancestral? Because the parish records, parish registers for this parish are on there, so you should be able to see the burial records and find out from there. We don't have those. They're over at the Corporate Institute.
So they are on Ancestral. So searching through there is as much information as you can find. Do you think census records happened back in the late 1700s in England?
The late 1700s, yes, although I'm not sure all of them have been digitized. Certainly from the 1810, 1820 census onwards, we've got them.
Okay. So looking for census records for that time.
Change my shoes, these are my organ shoes.
These are the organ shoes,
These are my
right?
organ shoes, they've got a bit of a heel on them and a
Oh.
slippy soles.
Phenomenal.
2 keyboards, well and great. and then a pedal board which mirrors the keyboards. If you see the black notes are like the short ones,
Okay.
and then the long ones are the white notes. Wow. And we have a set of bells on the organ called a Symbolstein, or Zimbelstein in German. And if you tap this button here, you'll get a twinkly bell sound. Not many organs have those.
How interesting. A twinkly dancer. It's an Elton John song, isn't it?
Now, I'll just play you a little bit of something.
Oh, that would be so great.
Perhaps I've been practicing the Vito Toccata, so I'll just do the beginning of that.
All right. This is a treat.
First couple of pages of this.
Okay. Pulling out all the stops. Oh, that is excellent.
That's awesome.
That's got to be one of the greatest musical moments of my life, right there.
That is so
too kind.
cool.
Yeah, they're amazing instruments. I mean, you could just sit here playing all day. Do you know much about organs?
No, not much.
So if you look at the stops, if you imagine it's like an artist with his palette, when you turn an organ on and you've got wind, you can hear the wind rumbling. It's not like a piano. You can touch it, it won't do anything. The way you get to make the sounds is by pulling out these. And each one of these has got 56 pipes for it. And they all sound different. So this one is like a flute of an orchestra. And then you've got reeds like the brass of an orchestra. And then you just blend them all together in the way that you want.
Yeah.
You don't always pull out all the stops, you know.
Yeah.
You can choose to do different things. And it's great fun, yeah.
Oh, that's really...
And then, like I say, you can couple everything together. So people think it's like a ghost is playing. If you couple the swell sound, so if you put that flute that we had with this flute together and coupled them, you get both sounds. So you get that one combined with that one. And you can do the same with the pedal. So you can...
Oh.
Way more than just learning the notes of the song.
Oh yeah, there's quite a lot, quite a
Very
lot involved with it.
complicated.
Yeah,
Could
you
film
can
that
sit
and
down
pretend.
and play the notes as you say, but then actually figuring out what to do on here is a slightly different matter. But this is a very small organ.
So depending on who's playing the organ, the
It'll sound
same
different.
song can have a lot of different personality.
Exactly. Really.
Yeah.
It really can. And nobody really writes down. Actually, this composer did. He used to specify the sort of things he wanted.
The stops that he
yeah,
would pull.
but Bach didn't. Bach very rarely said. He
Oh.
might say plenum, which meant full, but other than that, very rare. So yes, it's up to the individual interpretation about what they want to do with the piece.
Right.
There you are.
That's lovely. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you
have a
so
nice
much
visit.
for having. It was a pleasure to meet you.
And you too.
Thank
yes.
you.
Thank you for coming to all.
Well, here is York Minster. I have to say, it's everything it's cracked up to be. That is absolutely stunning. I feel like I need to just look at it first and then think about it and then pray about it and then actually take the tour. What do you think of that?
This building
Yeah.
is amazing.
something.